Welcome to Cozy Mind, New York City. My name is Cheryl. You can see Lulu sleeping or taking a nap in the corner, so she's just having a good time. I had a really lazy Saturday. I woke up, had breakfast, took Lulu on a walk, and now I decided that I'm going to learn a new game, and I'm going to show you how I'm learning this game. So you kind of see the process behind me just trying something new instead of it just being like, oh, you're going on and just completing this new game and oh, you're already good at it, right? So I'm just going to show you how I'm learning. This game is called Nine Men's Morris. It's apparently really popular in the ancient Roman Empire because it's a really easy game to play, but it is a game of strategy. So your goal is to put 3 of your pieces in a line, and it has to be a vertical line. It can't be diagonal. And when you put 3 of your pieces in a line, you get rid of your opponent's other pieces. So when you're getting rid of your opponent's other pieces, that makes it harder for them to win. It makes it harder for them to get a set of 3. And the game ends when your opponent has 2 pieces or when there are no more legal moves. I did read the instructions in advance just to give you guys a heads up. I will be playing against the computer. I found this website which is oriented towards kids, but I want to show you guys how I play this game for the very first time, and we'll see how it goes after that. So this is Nine Men's Morris. I'm going to play against the computer. This is just recapping how to play, and I'll also talk you through my thought process as I'm playing this game. And I don't know if I'm going to win or not. Like, I've never played this kind of game before, but here we go. So I have to set my men, meaning my pieces, on the board. So I'm going to choose this corner. I'm going to choose this corner. Notice the computer blocked off my set of 3 right away. So I'm going to go for this farther corner down here. So I'm kind of approaching enemy territory while also trying to build up my own space. I'm going to go now to occupy this part right here. I'm going to prevent him from getting a straight line. And as you can see, I'm just working on blocking now. But I do need to think about my own moves. So I have about 3 more left that I can put on the board. I'm going to put 1 down here in the center. Notice that the computer is just blocking off my sets of 3s that I need in order to remove any piece. I'm going to put a piece right here. Again, notice that the computer is just blocking. And I'm going to put a piece. I'm wondering where it should go. I'm wondering whether I should make it a strategy that once this piece gets out in either one of these 2 spots, I can put my piece in. So, or if I should put 1 piece down here, but then this piece is trapped by my pieces anyway, so that wouldn't make sense. If I put a piece up here, then what would happen is the computer would not move any of their pieces down because it would need to wait for me to move it up. So I'm just going to try it on a whim and put it right here. Okay. Now it says move your men to create a mill. All right. So one of the things that I do like about this game is once you pick one of your pieces, you can pretty much move it anywhere where there is no piece. So let's just say I'm going to click on this one. It's showing me that I can move it here. If I click on this farther one, it's showing that I can't move it, right? So I'm going to see, it's even making a sound that I can't move this piece because I can only go 1 space. I'm noticing that right here, there's a chance for my opponent to make a mill. So I'm going to take this piece and move it right here. So I entirely missed the mill up there. That's okay. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to make a mill. Let's see where I can go. If I go up here, that's a possibility. So now I'm looking at my opponent's pieces, and I'm only allowed to go one space. So if he moves this middle piece down here, I want to keep this piece here so I could block off this middle mill that's forming. And none of these other pieces are going to move more than one space. So my only chance is to move here. Now I'm going to move right over here to block off a mill. What this player can do now is right over here, he could transfer his piece back down and create another mill. So I'm going to try to get my piece right over here. He got rid of my piece because if he moved his piece back up, then my piece would just take the place and stop the mill. I cannot move this piece. I cannot move... Well, these two are stuck, right? And stuck by my own pieces. So maybe that's a mistake that I can fix later on. But I will move this one. Notice what the computer's doing. It's just going to create the same mill one more time. So I think if I'm playing in the future, what I'll have to do is really block the computer from creating one mill, because once it creates one mill, it just goes back and forth until it has nowhere to go. I can't move this piece over here because it's blocking a mill of 3. This one I could move up. I don't know how beneficial that would be because this piece is stuck here anyway. This one can't move. This one can move to one of these 2 points, but I'm not sure. Let's try going this way. All right. So as you can see, my options here are limited. So let's try to move right over here. And notice what this computer is going to keep doing. It's just going to keep creating the same mill over and over again, which is kind of annoying because there's absolutely no creativity in the computer strategy. It's just, hey, I have this one mill, I'm going to keep moving this piece in and out. But my issue is I can't get any of my pieces over to that mill, right? And so to be honest, I don't think there's any chance of me winning, but I do want to see this game to the end to see what else I could learn just from this first practice round. Let's move this piece out. So if it creates one more mill, meaning it moves up and down one more time, that means the game is over because I'll have only 2 pieces left. I don't think there's any way of me winning this game. Obviously, it's my first time playing. But now look what happens. This piece right here can move into many different directions. And I'm wondering why that happened. I think maybe it has something to do with the rules, but I didn't see anything in the rules about a piece being able to move into so many different spots. So let me read the rules again. Take turns sliding one piece to an adjacent and a connecting point. Keep building mills. First player to reduce due to opponent wins. So I don't know if it's a glitch in the game or if this is actually how the game is played, because I didn't see any rules that would show why this piece suddenly has so many available choices. I want to block off the computer from making the same mill again. So I know in the next turn it's going to move this piece up, or it could also move it down, right? So that doesn't really matter. I'm wondering if there's another way for me to create a mill of my own. or if I'm completely blocked off. And a diagonal mill won't work for either me or the computer. Let's try to be a little creative. We're gonna move here. So I predicted correctly, right? The computer is using the exact same strategy of just keep moving down pieces. But notice what I didn't notice. Once this computer moved down his piece, he has two chances of getting a mill. He could either move this one up, or if I block this one, he could move it down. So I'm not in a winning position anyway. But let's just play this game until the end. All right. Let's try to play one more time. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to improve, but I do want to try to figure out a way to get around the computer strategy of constantly making a line and then just moving their piece up and down. It's actually really frustrating because I kind of want to lose to do a creative strategy and not one that's so basic. So I'm going to set my pieces on the board. Again, I'm going straight for the mills. I want to avoid what I had last time with the moving of up and down. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to try to create another mill here. Notice I'm trapping his piece, but I missed him creating a mill, which is a problem. It makes me kind of angry that I missed that. Let's try again. Let's go this way to here. I want to show you what I'm thinking though. I trapped the computer's pieces inside, so the computer can't just move out their piece and move it back in. I'm blocking off a mill of 3. I have to block off a mill of 3, otherwise one of my pieces will get destroyed again. And this is really frustrating because I only have one piece left to place, but I can't get a line of 3. Or at least not right now. So I'm trying to think of the best place to put it, and if I put it on this spot right here, that might be a good strategy because then I can move this white piece over. So let's see what happens. Notice the computer just blocked it off again, right? Now let me just see how these pieces move and if I have any chance of getting them to move more than space. So I don't want to move this one because this one is blocking a mill. This one I can move. I want to keep that one there to block off a mill. If I move this piece right here, it's going to open up the computer to start moving in and out the same way that it did in the last game. So I'm going to move my piece. I'm going to move this one. And my best bet, I don't think it makes a difference really to which side I move it to, but I do want to try to move it here. All right, so this player moved his piece out here. My goal is to make a line of 3. If I move this middle piece up, he's going to move out this piece and then just keep moving it back in. But what I can do is drop this one down and make my mill of 3. So I'm going to try for that strategy and see what happens. Notice I'm now going to make a mill. And the piece that I'm going to eliminate is this one that the computer keeps wanting to move back out and in. So I'm going to try to avoid the computer strategy. So notice for me to make another mill, I am now going to try the computer strategy. And I'm going to move my piece up and down the same way that the computer was doing. And I'm trying to think if it makes a difference for me whether I put it down or whether I put it up here. My guess is that if I put it up here, I block his piece entirely so he can't move this one. And the only one that'll be able to move is this one right here. If I move it down, That's also a good strategy. But then he could just block off my mill this way. So I'm going to move my piece up. And I'm going to create another mill. And the piece that I'm going to get rid of is, which one? So I know that my piece is trapped in the corner by all my opponent's pieces. I know that the computer is more active on this right side, where if I get rid of this middle piece, his next move will probably be to move this one back in and to try recreating it. If I delete this one, I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I am going to try and get rid of this middle piece right here. All right, I think now what the computer is doing is they're going for a mill of 3 right here. I am going to use the computer strategy and move my piece right over here. And I'm going to create another mill. And I'm going to block their creation of a new mill. And now I'm going to repeat the same thing and see if my strategy works. Alrighty. So again, I'm using the exact same strategy that the computer used. In this case, I don't know why the computer didn't block my mill. But again, we're blocking off his mill with one of my pieces. We have this piece right here, which is free to move. We have my pieces here as well in a mill. I want to keep making the mill and getting rid of my opponent's pieces, because once my opponent has 2 pieces left, that means the game is done. So I am going to move my piece down here. Move it back up. Get rid of my opponent's piece. And I won the game. So what I really want to highlight in this is not so much, oh, I lost a game and then I won a game, but I want you to notice the way that I played the first game, right? I was looking at what the computer strategy was. Once I was able to replicate that strategy in the second game, that's what led me to win. And Nine Men's Mora seems like a really fun game. I understand that there might be other strategies that exist besides the one that I used on the computer. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. Even if it's just a fun game, or if you're just having a relaxing day, a relaxing Saturday. Lulu is asleep. That's how bored she is. But either way, maybe she's not bored. Maybe she's just tired. I don't know. But I'm going to go and make myself a cup of coffee and enjoy the rest of this beautiful Saturday. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube channel. I really appreciate you. Have a happy Saturday.